No Fence Riders today is brought to you by Prize Picks. We make decisions every week in one way or another. But on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss the excitement of this sports season, whether you're following the NFL, NBA, or both. There's no better time to jump in on the action than right now. All you do is pick more or less on two-player stats, and if you get them right, you win. It takes less than 60 seconds to make your lineup, and you can play from anywhere. Download the Prize Picks app today and use promo code LOCKEDONNFL to get $50 in lineups after you play your first five. That's code LOCKEDONNFL for $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right.
Yeah, Zach is going to be on every Wednesday as a member of the panel from February through August.
All right.
I got the confirmation. It's okay to mention it from Steve.
I just wasn't sure. I knew it was official.
There you go.
But Zach's going to play No Fence Riders with us.
Yeah.
All the answers, by the way, are at least a 3-6 split with Zach in the fold. So no unanimous, no even almost
No more
unanimous.
than 2/3 one way.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
So let's get to the first one. We start with the quarterback and their passing yards every week. It's been our running joke this season. We had the number way too high last week against the Chicago Bears. We dropped it to just 200. Will Shedeur throw for 200 or more yards against the Bills on Sunday? 6 of us said yes, including G, Bull, myself, Zach, Earl, and Jason. Tyvis, you're the one naysayer on the panel. Why'd you go under 200 for Shedeur
With
Sanders?
Jay there.
I know. Anytime you with Jay, it's not good.
Yeah.
I went with 197. I went 197. 1 touchdown, 1 pick. That was my stats.
This one I went back and forth on this like 3 times before I decided. But ultimately I thought, unfortunately, there's going to be garbage time at the end of the game. And the Bills' defense is not that good. And now in garbage time.
It is the number 2 pass defense in football.
It is? Based on what?
Yards per game.
They've gotten
Based on
gashed
what?
by the run. They've
Yards
gotten
per
gashed
game.
by the run, for sure.
Here's
You flip it?
No,
But I agree with your
no,
premise.
but either way, it's going to be garbage time. That's what he's going to get.
Here's why. He'll
Isn't
get
the
200
corner
plus.
out, the Benson corner?
No idea.
Hey, look, I don't. Everybody the Browns play is better than them, so
Yeah.
we can't say they ain't good. They good. Everybody's good. The Browns play. He'll get over 200 because they will be down in this football game.
Yeah.
And I don't think it'll be inclement weather. And he's going to truck them. If there's one thing Shedeur Sanders has shown you he will do,
Yeah.
he will throw the ball.
I think it's going to be dry but windy.
Is the offensive line fixed this game?
No, that's not getting fixed.
Well, that's why I picked yes. You know why? Because they
Yeah.
can't even pretend to run the ball.
Yeah.
Right.
Right?
they can't.
Like
That's true.
we've seen it the last few weeks. Don't even pretend. Just
Right.
go
Just-
out, draw some up, get him in a rhythm, throw it short, and then
I
let it
think-
rip.
Is it Wyatt Teller might play this week, right?
Yeah, he was back at practice, so we'll see.
What's going on with that, man? This is is it he hurt?
It was
Is he
ridiculous how they
benched?
handled him.
It's like I don't understand what was going
Yeah,
on.
what do
with
you think
that.
about how they handled that situation?
It was strange. I mean, he legitimately got hurt at the end of the game, but he was benched before that.
Well, I don't understand. I mean, I
don't
guess I know he
understand.
wasn't having a good season, but there's a million guys not having a good season.
No.
Why you acting like that?
And that situation underscores the whole reality of it. They put in Tevin Jenkins, who's a veteran and a free agent. They didn't put in the rookie. Like if it was time to put in the rookie or the
Right.
second year, Zinter is like a rookie because he
You would
never
understand
plays.
that. That
he
would
never
make
plays.
sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Tyvus is confused. Why are you confused?
I'm confused why you confused why Wyatt Teller got benched.
Well, he wasn't playing no good.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, but here's the thing,
We
though.
watched the tape. What are you talking about?
But the other cats ain't been balling either.
and he went right back in the game.
Tevin Jenkins, like
you sit
he
here,
ain't been
you sit
killing.
here looking like, yeah, I don't know why they benched him. Yes, you do.
I mean,
what game was it? It was the Jets.
Listen.
They got dogged on the play like twice.
He ain't been playing well. But I'm just saying,
The Browns
what they
just
got.
promoted him for how Brownsy of them to promote him for a Pro Bowler the same week they bench him.
Like
that just sums up the Browns.
And I think
so stupid.
And I think they wanted to.
And they promoted David Njoku. He hasn't done anything this year.
I think they
gotta
want
see what you can get.
Shedeur
is 10th in Pro Bowl votes.
That's embarrassing.
No, that's. But let me tell you something.
Tyler Huntley made the Pro Bowl.
Right,
one time.
listen.
That was ridiculous.
That is one of the greatest. Listen, I'm gonna tell you what. If that happens, people gonna lose their ever God loving mind. They're gonna go crazy.
How does it work? The fans voted in?
I don't think so.
Fan vote counts a third.
A third, yeah.
Yeah.
What's a third of a billion?
You know what? Fans want to see you, whatever. Just don't judge guys based on Pro Bowl.
All right, next fence rider.
Next fence rider.
We're going to let Zach start on this one. But the question was, who will have more rushing yards in this game? Josh Allen or Quinshon Judkins, the quarterback versus the running back?
Only the Browns will
Zach.
these embarrassing questions.
Dustin, Tyvis, and Earl said it will be Josh Allen. Jay, myself, Jason, and Bull said Judkins. Zach, why'd you go with Josh
You
Allen?
on the same side with Jay?
This to me was the easiest one. The Browns just can't run it right now. The offensive line is in trouble. The running schemes they're trying to use are not working. And, I just think Josh Allen, in running away from Myles Garrett and playing a little hero ball, I think he will get more yards. I can't see Quinshon Judkins getting over 40 yards without busting one, and it's been very hard to bust one.
Yeah, I'm probably wrong, honestly, but there's no facts that can back up Judkins having a better number. I'm just going to say it's football, and I got a gut feeling it's going to happen. There's nothing more to it than that for me.
The Bills
You gonna
run
double down
Josh
on it,
Allen
huh?
in games that matter.
What's that?
Traditionally speaking, the Bills have run Josh Allen in games they need to win.
Yeah.
In games that they are winning by a lot. And
Right, I think they'll run.
I think Judkins, just by the nature of how the game's going to go, is going to end up with
There's a chance this is 23-22. Let's be honest.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm
I
with
mean, there's
you,
a
Zach.
chance it's 15 to 14.
I literally thought to myself, I said he's gonna get about Quinshon gonna get about 25 yards. Allen can beat that. That's what I thought.
Oh no! Oh look, Josh Allen. He's definitely has this. If you just go back and just take a look at Zach is right. You just watch the film. There's no opportunity. There's no realm of possibility. There's no alternate universe where the Cleveland Browns can even sniff any yards. It's just not going to work. They don't move nobody. It'd be dudes in the backfield every play.
Well, Mike just told us they have a terrible run defense.
Not this week. They nice.
They've been gashed by the run. They've been
All
good
right.
against the pass. Number 3. This is the question that Bull asked Zach earlier. I had to put the kibosh on because we're going to get to it. Will Myles Garrett, who is 1.5 sacks away, set the record?
Well, one away from tying.
1 away from tying, 1.5 from breaking. So will he get 1.5 against Josh Allen and company? 5 people said no, he won't. The 5 include Tyvis, myself, Dustin, Zach, and Jay.
What's funny is this morning on my podcast I said he wouldn't. So I must have forgotten what I
flip-flopped
said
in
on
2
this.
shows. Bull, G, Earl, and Jason said yes, he does get it.
Yeah.
Bull, why are you flip-flopping? We don't
I'm
like
flip-flopping. I decided he was going to get 1 sack. I think one
That's what I
sack, he
thought.
ties the record, and then he breaks it next week at home against Aaron Rodgers
Or Mason Rudolph.
or Mason Rudolph.
Steelers,
that'd be
there's a
poetic.
good chance the Steelers' Week 17 game means absolutely nothing to the Steelers. It will all come down to Week 18.
Oh, yeah. 'Cause
That's crazy.
There's a-
He'll get it. I think Josh Allen runs around a lot. He extends plays. I think Myles Garrett is going to have a vested interest in getting this thing done. Question to everybody else: do you think that he would play the rest of the season? If he gets the record,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he wants to blow that record out.
he wants to say,
He wants to make it
25,
unreachable.
he want to put the Big Mac sauce on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't want it ever getting broken.
Yeah, that secret sauce is okay. I see what you're saying.
I want to get to 25 if I'm him. And there's no reason he can't.
So and he already got once he get this, I mean he already got the defense. I saw somewhere he's minus 20,000.
Yeah, right. I saw that too.
Minus for the
Yeah.
DP.
To win Defensive Player of the Year. Did you see the clip from the Bills' right tackle? I can't think of his name. Was
Dawkins? Or
what's
Spencer,
that?
Spencer Brown's the right tackle.
I think it was Spencer Brown said something like, it talked about, what do you think about maybe Myles Garrett breaking the record against you? And he said something like, well, I mean, I don't want to be in a highlight of me getting my ass kicked by Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
But Josh Allen had some really cool, nice things to say. He said he was the best player of all time.
Yeah, Josh Allen's been very complimentary of Myles Garrett.
What's going to be hilarious is the first time that he almost gets there and the
Yeah.
camera pans on those two and they're the exact same size.
Yeah, right.
That's kind of wild. I was just sitting there thinking.
It's amazing.
Like when Myles gets up and pats him on the head after
Yeah.
the play, like he just got rid of it, and
Yeah.
you'll see that shot, and they're like the same size.
Yeah, it's just crazy. I mean, he's huge, Josh Allen. What a monster. Well, they're lucky to have him. All right, next one.
Next one, will Isaiah Bond have a reception of at least 40 yards against Buffalo? He's gotten behind the defense. In all
35 yards.
35, excuse me. He's gotten behind the defense in all 4 of Shedeur's starts. They've connected in multiple of those for 40-plus yard receptions. He had 2 40-plus yard catches against the Chicago Bears. Jason, Earl, and myself said it's going to happen. Ty, Jay, Bolt, Dustin, and Zach said his streak of games with 40-plus receptions
Man,
is
I'm
over.
getting old. I'm like Jay.
Man, y'all see eye to eye.
Man, I am shocked. I thought the only yeses would be G, Earl, which are there, and I thought Jay. Because you guys are the most.
Actually, I'm a neoconservative when it comes to the show.
You are?
I've been very conservative in all my takes for well over about 6 months. Tyvus actually is gone. He's just jumped off the.
You're right. Now Tyvus, but he's not on there
be
either.
wilding out. But
What? What I be doing?
Oh man, you be doing a lot. You be 9 wins, all kind of
10 wins,
wins, and all kind of stuff.
First of all, y'all not gonna keep saying. I said 8.
Yeah, that was not like that. This wasn't a terrible prediction.
Is that the worst take I've ever had?
Giannis takes.
Well,
yeah.
Wild.
That's a
Giannis
fact.
is better than LeBron and Michael Jordan.
That's a
It's kind of
That's
crazy.
a fact.
Big Christmas. It's kind of nasty. But no, the reality of the situation, I think, look, I don't.
Did you say something? Did you say Stephen Kwan was going to hit 400?
Yeah, he did. He did. That was another
He
one.
also thought Big Christmas was good.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
So the crazy part, somebody asked him this question. It was like, Shedeur, did you change that play with Isaiah Bond? And he just kind of laughed. Like, I don't know if he did change the play. I don't know what that was, but it just seems to be like
He told him to run a
he told-
post.
run this and
And he
throw it.
ran
Like, I
it,
was
there
like,
it
man,
was.
that's how I knew. I said, man, Kevin letting y'all change plays at the line of scrimmage now? What this? So I
No,
think,
the answer's no.
but it worked. So I guess I'll give them one. And I have them down a couple of scores. So I do think they might run a deep over a little later in the game.
Hey, bro.
Why no?
I
this
hope
week,
so.
Zach?
I hope so.
You don't think so? Why? Why do you guys think no?
I just think they've seen it, and I
Yeah,
think
right.
I think you can hit one for 32 or 30, and
Yeah.
it's still a big
You
play.
know why? Because if I was checking Isaiah, I've done enough film. I'm not
Yeah.
even in it every day.
Yeah.
But so when you're in the defensive meeting room, right, and you go check your iPad, there's this breakdown of explosive plays, and you really, as a secondary, want to look at what the explosive plays look like.
Yeah.
Well, a good chunk of them has number 16. So guess what? When I get out on the field,
Yeah.
guess what? If I'm lined up on 16,
jam 'em up?
guess what I'm thinking?
What are you thinking?
They going deep to
Yeah,
16.
they're going
I'm not letting
deep.
them
Right,
go deep to 16. He the only guy that can threaten me deep.
And he's a one-trick pony, right? He doesn't.
That's what I'm
doesn't do
saying.
anything else.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not letting this man
And
catch no bomb on
and
me.
he could have had him for another third one, but the ball he threw it inside, and it kind of looked like I don't know if he didn't adjust to it, but he was open on that play too.
And died on me.
There's still a little bit of adventure, but each one. But Bonda's playing a lot better, and
Yeah, he's looking like he could be worthy of an NFL roster spot.
right.
Still don't understand why you guaranteed him money, but I guess it's not that big a deal.
Stretches the field.
Yeah.
Earlier, real quick, before we move on to the next one, Zach, you had mentioned this probably maybe it's the preseason, early in the season. Maybe it was after the Pittsburgh game when he got a ball thrown off his helmet because he didn't turn his head
Yeah.
around. And
It's Pittsburgh.
yeah, Pittsburgh. And I believe it was you, and if it wasn't, I apologize. But I think you're like, there's no way this guy's an NFL receiver at this
Yes.
point.
Correct.
Have you changed your thoughts on that?
Yes, but I was right then.
Right. It's called new information. The way new information works is people can get better.
Well, I remember when we first talked first week of the season, they're like, is this guy going to play? I'm like, yeah, on a normal team, he would redshirt till mid-October.
Right,
but this
right,
team,
yeah.
they're going to trot him out there and throw him the ball.
Yeah.
They're finally hitting a
kudos
couple
to
of
him.
them.
He's improved.
Yeah.
Right? He looked useless early in the season. You're
Sure.
right. And now he looks
You would think going forward, if we can build a real NFL receiver room, that this
Yeah.
is your number 4 guy. This is
Right.
the guy that comes, like Tyvus says, the
Yeah.
team knows when he comes in, but he's coming in to
secondary.
do that role.
Correct.
What's the guy who played for the Niners? We had him here one year.
Marquise
Goodwin.
Goodwin. He
Like
made a
that
career
type of
out
role,
of it. He also
right?
went to Texas. His same
I
prototype.
Yeah.
You got to think about it like this, Tyvus. You get you draft you a free agent, get you a little free agent, and you can get somebody like Jordan Tyson. And then you got Isaiah Bond to be your gadget guy, and then Jerry. See, Jerry Judy.
And then you need slot guys.
No, Jerry Judy's fine as a 3.
He'll bounce back and be
He's
serviceable
fine.
next year.
He's fine, but
I
he
bet.
can't be your number 1 or 2 receiver. But if you can rebuild. I
he's
have
gonna be
more.
Yeah, well, Judy should be playing in the slot next
I
year.
would like to see him in the
What you
slot.
going to do with Isaiah Bond?
He's not playing all the time. He's their 4th receiver.
His 4th receiver, man.
You have Judy as your 3. You have Bond as your 4. You draft, say, Jalen Tyson if you don't take a quarterback at
Jordan
1.
Tyson.
Jordan Tyson, Jalen, whatever. I like Jalen better.
I like
I
the
like how
fact
y'all
that-
just. What about Cardinal?
No, hold on. Now,
or Carnell, whatever.
Carnell Tate He don't be dropping nothing.
Remember
man.
Carnell Lake from the Steelers?
I remember Ricky Lake. Shout out to Ricky Lake.
Ricky Lake. I went to a taping of her show once.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, shout out to Ricky Lake was bad, man.
Ricky Lake.
Never heard of it.
You don't
Ricky
remember
Lake.
Sally Jesse Raphael?
I went to Sally Jesse. No, I didn't go to Ricky Lake. No, yes, I did. I went to a taping of a Ricky Lake show once. I went to Sally Jesse Raphael once, and I went to
Phil Donahue?
You went
Billy
to
Joel.
a show
not
taping?
Phil Donahue.
No, Geraldo. Now Geraldo.
never went to Geraldo.
Now Geraldo then jumped three
Jerry
different
Springer
places.
they filmed in Chicago,
You was gonna go?
but
You wanted to see them get their beads?
remember the Morton Downey Jr. show? Do you remember that, Zach?
No, I remember Ricky Lake, but I'm not familiar with Morton Downey Jr.
Look it up. If Morton Downey Jr. I remember I was like, we're off track here, but whatever. It was, I don't know, it was the late 80s or the early 90s. It was like the first show of this. This was the Jerry Springer show before the Jerry Springer show. And I remember it was called Morton Downey Jr. And I want to say it was like the second week he was on, he had a bunch of like KKK guys.
Whoa.
And then some guys from the Jewish Defense League. And they had a brawl on the stage. It was just, I mean, the whole thing was probably staged.
That's
but
crazy. All right,
anyway.
2 more fence riders after
Check it
that
out.
detour of all detours.
That's crazy.
Harold Fannin, since Shedeur's taken over, has 36 targets.
Yeah.
That's 20 more than any other receiver on the Browns. Jerry Jeudy's second with 16.
Yeah.
So against Buffalo, will Fannin have 5 more targets than whoever the Browns' second most targeted receiver is? Earl, Ty, G, Bull, and Zach said, yeah, the Rock is still
And
going to go to
Jay.
Fannin.
Why am I with him?
It's okay to be with Jay if the majority.
No, it's-
When you're in the minority, you don't want to be with Jay.
I need to know what his weekly record is.
Hey,
One of these days, Mike will do weekly records.
Hey,
but-
listen, man. Have you guys ever noticed at home, man? Listen, if you look at the fence riders, you can tell people. If you want to know how people voted on certain issues, all you got to do is look at those fence riders. Right now, look, you can make it up.
Yeah.
On the yes side, right there, it's easy. Harold Fannin Jr. had like 14 targets. They split him out. Like as a
their number one
receiver, he's the
offensive
number one
player,
player.
yeah.
And when Shedeur Sanders, matter of fact, Tyver said, "Hey, listen, he's gonna have to look away a little bit on that because they sitting on that a little bit. They sitting on it a little bit, Zach."
Gee, that's why I said no. I think the last 2 games he's targeted Fannin so much that that's going to be the primary focus of this Buffalo defense, and
Mike,
other players are going to get some targets.
You're out to lunch here, Mike. Here's the thing. The Bills are not like focused on one guy on the Browns offense because the Browns offense stinks.
They're self-checked.
That's
so
true.
they're not like, oh, we got to shut down Harold Fannin. No, I don't say that to make fun of Harold Fannin. He's a good player, but
You know
are
how
the Bills worried about Harold Fannin killing them? No.
Well, at some point, their coaching point is let's undercut this because he's looking for him.
Right.
Like he is looking
Yeah.
for him. And sometimes I've laughed a couple times because Shedeur in these press conferences sometimes goes on these long answers, and there's a couple times he's been like, "Yeah, we weren't even looking for Harold there, but I went to him." Or you know what, it wasn't even a good throw, but
Right.
guess what, he caught it and he
when
bailed
the
me
play
out.
breaks down, he always looks for
Yeah,
it.
and it's
Every
worked.
time.
To an extent, it's worked.
Every quarterback.
To the
has
extent
been
that
in there,
anything
done
has worked for this offense,
Right,
yeah.
that has worked.
Right.
Harold Fannin has had an outstanding rookie season and leaves you thinking, like, if you ever get him on a real offense and the number of ways you can
Yeah.
use him is really exciting.
Harold Fannin, he can. I ain't gonna say this because it's blasphemous, but he reminds me of Antonio Gates. Like I just feel like he just be open. And listen, now like Gates, Kent State, shout out basketball dude. You know what I'm saying? But he does some things like you eyeball him, like, oh, I like how he's physical. I like what he athletic. But
There's just so much natural to his game, right? It
Who
doesn't
did
look
you
real
say?
polished, but he gets open.
Gates.
He doesn't go down after the
He
catch.
don't go down. He catches the football. He can do a lot of different
Gates
things.
didn't play a down of college football. Like it took him a while when he got in the league.
Yeah.
I think it's a fair comparison.
very
I mean,
fair.
he couched it by saying it's absurd. This guy's a
It's
rookie.
Crazy. He's a rookie.
He's a Hall of Famer.
But it's I like the similarities in his game. I think Shedeur be looking for him, but he gotta look that off a little bit. Sometimes he gotta figure out if they want to be successful. I do think that the Browns have to find more answers to move the chains. It can't be feast or famine. He has to find somebody else that's gonna move the chains, whether that's
Sure.
Cedric Tillman or Jerry Jeudy.
And they're going to need a more traditional tight end in this offense going forward because you want to be able to move Harold around,
Yeah.
and you need to be able to move him around.
What's the name of the Browns, the running back the Browns drafted that was supposed to play with Jim Brown but had leukemia?
Ernie Davis.
Didn't he wear 44?
He did. I think he did.
45. That's why nobody wears 45.
That's a bad job on me.
That's good.
By the way, Harold Fannin, 13th with 3 weeks to go, all time in receiving yards by a rookie tight end.
That's
You
crazy.
know how this game gonna go, right?
Could he get 1,000? It's too far up.
He's going to break the Browns record, right? He's like 60-some
broke
yards.
it.
Oh, okay. Last week then he
broke
was.
Yeah, broke it. Yeah, Ozzie Newsome, 589 as a
No,
rookie.
the Browns rookie for any position.
Oh.
He's like 60 yards or something.
Okay.
away from
Really?
it. Kevin Johnson in 1999.
If he gets to 900 yards, just 900, it'll be the fourth most by a rookie in his. Oh, probably fifth because Tyler Warren will probably end up ahead of him, who's also a rookie. But right as of now, Jeremy Shockey is fourth all time in receiving yards by a rookie with 894. So he has a chance to be top 5 all time as a rookie.
Some
in
pretty
receiving
good
yards.
company.
Very good.
Yeah.
The Browns are gonna go out. They're gonna score first in this game, and then
They get outscored 40-0.
go and give up like 28 unanswered
It's
points.
like when Ohio State
That's
plays a MAC
exactly
school.
what's gonna happen.
I remember going, the only time I've ever been to an Ohio State game, Dustin and I went, I don't know, 2012, 13.
Oh,
and they
I
played.
was there.
Yeah, right.
Who'd you play? Miami of Ohio.
I was on the field, by the way.
Who was they playing?
Miami of Ohio.
Okay, I was red shirting, but
And
I
if
was
I
there.
remember correctly, Miami of Ohio scored first in that game.
Yeah, probably did.
Like at a field. I feel like this happens all the time. They get like a field goal or something, and then Ohio State scored like 50 points straight.
Yeah.
No, I
I don't think Miami of Ohio moved the ball the rest of the game.
OU beat O State this year.
I believe I was
What?
down.
Y'all coach just got fired. for,
In my mind,
he
after
was
3
drinking-
quarters, it was
allegedly
close. That
drinking
was a win. We taking that
wow.
That first possession, you went right down the field.
dub. Yeah, I'm
I
telling
got
you.
Tyvus, I got to double check with Dustin, but I think we were on the field before the game talking with Will Smith.
The defensive
Will
end.
Smith?
The defensive end,
The
Will
late,
Smith,
great Will Smith.
or
died.
Yeah, the one who
R.I.P., right?
died.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about the rapper Will
know
Smith.
his-
No, not that would have been awesome.
His son,
Can we call him
his
a
son
rapper
is there
anymore?
now.
No, actor. All right, we got one last fence rider question.
Will Smith's son, Jaden Pinkett Smith?
No, Will Smith
No,
Jr.,
Will
the
Smith
football
Jr.,
player.
the football player.
This is why.
I'm out to lunch on that one.
All right, we got one last fence rider, then we're going to put
Not
Zach
for a
to the
while.
test with some super chats if he wants to stick around. But will the Browns have multiple scoring drives in this game? It's worth mentioning that in the half he played against Baltimore, they did not score. He had one scoring drive against San Francisco, one scoring drive against Chicago, multiple against Vegas, multiple against Tennessee. So in 3 of his 5 appearances, they have had 1 or fewer. In 2 of the 5, they've had multiple. So will they have more than one? I said yes. Ty said yes. G said yes. Bull said yes. And Zach said yes, which means everyone out there today said yes, and everyone
Yeah.
who's not out there, ironically, said no.
10 points. Just get to 10 points.
right.
That's what I thought.
And again, I answered with the Shedeur question earlier. If nothing else, they'll score in garbage time.
They did that against
They
Chicago.
didn't score garbage time last week.
Well, no, they didn't. But I think they'd be more likely to in this game than the Bears.
I mean, it could have. If Jerry Jeudy hold on to the football in the movie, that's 2 drives right there.
If
Isn't
was
that
a
sad?
fifth.
Some of these questions, when you think about them, are so pathetic.
Yeah. There's times where
2029?
if they could if they just had a below average running game, they can get a couple of scoring drives.
Right.
But they have an impossible running game.
We gotta go through this now. So in 2029,
Right. Success rate is just a stat like everything else.
Yeah.
But it gauges how you move the chains and give yourself a chance, right? And they are so much further below anyone else.
Yeah.
You're just not giving yourself a chance just by getting yards, moving the chains, getting
Yeah.
a new fresh set of downs, right? Keeping yourself out of 3rd and 9 where
First
your
and
quarterback's
15s,
getting killed.
First
Yes.
and second and
Yes.
20s.
Like it's just a number, but when you look at it every year, the best offenses are near the top. Why?
Yeah.
Because they're giving themselves a fresh set of downs. They're
right.
giving themselves chances.
I wonder if the Browns are, in terms of, you know how in a game they'll show you a stat about the average 3rd down distance? I wonder if for the season the Browns are one of the all-time worst in that stat for this year.
Maybe not all time, but they're certainly below. I'll look that up.
It's got to be awful.
I just feel like it's Groundhog Day. I feel like since I've been
Great
living,
movie. Great movie.
Yeah, one of the great movies. I feel like I just see like it's the same. I think my whole life, I just feel like 3rd down we can't get 3rd down. Like 3rd down, 3rd and 5 we're not getting
we
that.
really didn't get our second first down into the 3rd
Yeah.
quarter.
I just
Yeah.
it just
Correct. Yeah, the Isaiah Bond in the
That's
late
pitiful.
with 4 minutes and 40 seconds left in the second quarter was the first down of the game.
Yeah,
25 minutes went by before they got a first down.
it's tough.
Zach, good stuff as always. Thanks for joining us.